watching Lahore 24 News. I'm Hooria Shabeer with Daily Diaries. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines. Pakistan Air Force celebrates 7th September as the Pakistan Air Force Day. Prime Minister Imran Khan has set up 3 different task forces on civil service reforms. The Ministry of Water Resources will brief Prime Minister Imran Khan on water scarcity in the country. Atif Mia asked to step down from Economic Advisory Council and he has agreed. US Defense Secretary Jim Mattis makes unannounced visit to Afghanistan. Right-wing presidential front-runner Jair Bolsonaro was attacked with a knife in Brazil. Grant Bradburn is stepping down as Scotland coach to take up a role as assistant coach with Pakistan. Google launches new search experience for job seekers in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. The mustachioed heartthrob of 1970s Hollywood star Burt Reynolds dies. Air Force Day is being observed on 7th September with traditional zeal and dignity across the country. The day is to commemorate the heroics of Pakistan Air Force in the war of 1965 against India. Special ceremonies are being held at all bases of Pakistan Air Force to pay homage to the martyrs. Floral wreaths would be laid on the graves of Pakistan Air Force Shuhada throughout the country. Air shows and other programs will mark the Pakistan Air Force role in defending the nation in the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. Prime Minister Imran Khan approved constitution of the task forces. The task forces are for civil service reforms, reconstructing of the government, and the identification of the impediments and facilitation of tribal areas merged with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The advisor of the Prime Minister on institutional reforms, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, will head the task forces on civil service reforms and reconstructing of the government. The Ministry of Water Resources will brief Prime Minister Imran Khan next week on the lack of water in the country. The brief will include the lack of coordination among the provinces over wastage of millions of cubic water into the sea. Ministry of Water and Power Secretary Shamail Ahmed Khwaja have said that about 50% or to the 90% of 95% of irrigation purposes gets wasted due to the poor management and canal losses, while this is 70% of the average across the globe. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government has asked the economist Atif Mia to step down the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council. PTI government has faced a host of controversies since induction of the Princeton University economics Atif Mia into the newly constituted Economic Advisory Council. PTI Senator Faisal Jawad Khan revealed into a Twitter early on Friday. According to the tweet, the Faisal Javed Khan, a replacement would be announced later. US Defense Secretary Jim Mattis landed into Kabul on Friday for an unannounced visit to a war-torn Afghanistan. This will add his weight to a flurry diplomatic efforts to bring Taliban to the negotiating table. His trip comes a little more than this year after President Donald Trump unveiled a revamped strategy for Afghanistan that saw him commit thousands of additional US forces to the country on an unopened basis. Jair Bolsonaro, the presidential front-runner, was attacked with a knife while campaigning in Brazil. It is reported that he fortunately escaped with just minor injuries. Images shared on social media and television showed Bolsonaro being carried on the shoulders of a throng of supporters before a man lunges into his stomach. The apparent attacker is then grabbed by several Bolsonaro supporters before the video cutouts. The 52-year-old New Zealander has signed a 3-year contract to become fielding coach of Pakistan cricket team. Bradburn has been charged for Scotland for more than 4 years. He led Scotland for the World's T20 finals. Bradburn will replace Steve Rickson as fielding specialist and will work alongside with the Pakistan Cricket Board coaching team led by the head coach Mikey Arthur. The New Zealander said it was a great honor to join Pakistan's setup. Google has unveiled a new research experience making it easier for job seekers in the region to find employment opportunities from popular job listing websites, online classifieds, and companies. The new feature is built directly into the Google search to provide a comprehensive listing job across the web. Job seekers can now search for part-time jobs, software developers, or similar unique job-seeking queries to pull out the special module that can be expanded to a more immersive experience. Hollywood's dashing Burt Reynolds, whose good looks and charms made him the most popular actors in the Hollywood, died on Thursday. The famous Reynolds, a huge box draw is at peak, who has earned a reputation as a hard-drinking playboy, suffered a heart attack at the hospital in Florida, and after striving off his life, he died at the age of 82. You are watching Daily Diaries with Hooria Shabeer. Keep watching Lahore 24 News. Allah Hafiz.